Hello, this is my Minesweeper game. So, this goes in order. We have the app, and it's just making the frame and calling the main method. Here's the frame. Is just the title. I use the grid layout for the main section of the game, and here just 10 by 10, 25 bombs, and I'm also passing in the frame itself to the grid layout panel, and I'm adding the panel to the invisible. Now to the grid layout panel, I'm holding the cards, I'm holding the grid, and just making the grid, setting the panel, select layout, and this is just populating and making each tile for the card button 2D array. So just making sure everything has a back text. If it's a bomb, put B, and if it's not a bomb, you go ahead and put whatever the count is. And then you're making this a card button. And then I'm just passing in for each card button its frame and also its grid. Well, it's mostly the parents. So this is the frame, and then this is the actual grid layout panel to each card button, so it could use this functionality. And this is just the function for the extra credit here. It just makes sure it reveals everything. Okay, so here is the card button. Each of my panels are each using the card layout, and they'll have a front, a back. What is revealed is back text. The frame that passed through is row and column and their respective grids. So I decided to implement the action listener directly. So it overrides action performed. It takes in the grid, which will be used for later. It'll just immediately reveal itself, and then it'll go ahead and make the back show. And if it is 0 and is revealed, it uses the grid layouts function of reveal all for that specific card, which will then take that card and it'll make. Let me just show this. This is a separate class that I made here. It just holds the information of the X and Y. That's really it there. So then, yeah, this is what this is here. You go ahead, you get these points called adjacents, and then you make the adjacents, which it's just populating an array of the 8 square, and it just goes ahead and gets these R positions and column positions. And then for each, it is just making sure what tile it is, and then just getting the layout, which will be the card, and it'll be showing the layout for that position, and it'll be the back. And then you also set that as revealed. That's it, really. Then, if there's a bomb, it'll basically go ahead and ask you, do you want to continue? And if you press no, it'll just dispose of the frame, and if you press yes, it'll dispose of the frame and then make a new frame. And then here's just the getters and setters of the back text of frames, the reveal, the getting of the rows and columns, this layout, setting that grid. And then this is just the actual constructor for the card. Setting its row and column for each, its layout, the back text, the front and back. Yeah. And then here's the grid. This here is just the extra credit here for the overloaded constructors. This is the old video, I gotta replace that. And just getting the rows and columns, number of bombs, making each grid. And also getting the copy of each grid. whether is there a bomb location. This is the making adjacents function I was talking about. It's itself and also all of everything around it. And it just returns the adjacents. And it's just getting the count here. Using this make adjacents, it goes ahead and basically the same as what happened in card and grid layout. Checking everything around it, and then if it is a bomb, it'll just increase the count. If it's not the bomb, it doesn't. And it just returns the count. Now this is just here creating the bomb grid and count grid. And I already showed the point. Okay, now I'll actually show the game running. Okay. So I have 3 there. Oh, okay. Let's just restart. Alright, see, there you go. Oh, there goes the bomb. So, yeah. Just that. Well, that was unlucky. There you go. There we go. So yeah, there goes not a bomb. Alright, yeah, that's my project.